we came to a point where we had to cross the little bridge that was made out of a couple of logs. We was trying to get Willow across it, but she was too scared to go across. So we was trying to think of ways to try and persuade her to come across the little mini bridge. So myself and Kieran started to make our way to the tunnel. Faith came with us and Daniel stayed on the other side of the little stream with Willow. We had to be extremely careful where we was walking because it was so wet and so slippery. One wrong move with our footing and we would have definitely fell over and even gone into the water. I then had to stop so I could grab my torches out of the bag, so I had them ready at hand. Daniel then found a spot that was shallow enough that Willow was actually excited to splash through the water to get to the other side to meet us. God, that girl cracks me up. She was having so much fun. So as you can see, we then came up to the first tunnel that we decided to investigate. Now, none of us went in, as you can see, apart from Daniel. He decided to venture in. Kieran couldn't because he had trainers on, and I wasn't sure of how slippy the flow would be, and of course with my joint problems, I didn't want to take the chance. Sorry, I got a little bit tongue-tied there. This bit is a little bit funny coming up because me and Kieran were discussing brightness of our torches and we're comparing them. His torch is really great and I have actually just purchased some of these torches. As much as I love my little torch that I had, I definitely can see why Kieran went for them torches because they are really good. They're very bright, especially when he shines them in your face. Now it is showing on camera in a tunnel a lot darker than what it actually was, because there was some light obviously coming in from behind us from outside. We could not exactly see into the far distance, but we could see a lot more than what the camera is showing. But we didn't want to chance it, because in the tunnel you could actually see at the wall there was water gushing in from a hole in the wall. I'm not sure if that was there on purpose or if that's something that's happened over time. But we didn't, at the current moment as well, we didn't know if the water was going to be deep, if we would have sunk into the mud or what, so we didn't really want to take any chances of jumping down and then getting stuck. So we were trying to be wary of that, because obviously, guys, if you do go exploring, you must respect the place where you're going. Don't just think, oh yeah, I'll jump into it, I should be fine, nothing's gonna happen. Always respect where you are going. Just like they say, you should always respect the sea when you go on any boats or ships or dinghies or whatever on big bodies of water. So Mr. Daniel comes along and jumps in, and he's off. He actually had a good walk in it. He didn't nearly slip or anything, which is really good. But like I said, we didn't really want to take any chances. And I think it came to a point as well where he couldn't go any further, so he had to turn back. But he had a good look around. I'm not sure if he got any footage or not. You'll have to wait and see if he uploads a video or not. And of course we were trying to shine the torches in just to help him see where he's going as well. Of course he had a torch on him, but we were helping out, and Kieran was just having too much fun with his torch as well, I think. If I can, guys, I will try and find a link to the torches and I shall link them down below. And there we're trying to point out as well if it was a puddle on the floor or not. We couldn't really tell from where we was. And I pulled out my other, as you can see these two dots, I pulled out my other torch and then both together I was like trying to make it as bright as possible for Daniel so he could see what he was doing. But Kieran was saying he's been at this place before and he got chased off by some dogs, because apparently there are some homeless people that sleep in this tunnel. So if you guys ever do come exploring here and there is any homeless people, please just leave them be. And whilst Daniel's just having a mooch around, I just want to explain to you guys as well that I am sorry there is no audio and I am having to do a voiceover, but because I'm still getting used to this camera and it wasn't sitting right on my head this day, I pressed the button which I didn't know that deactivates the microphone, so that is why there is no audio, and I didn't realise this at the time either. And of course I kept getting my phone out to check my camera to make sure it was still recording, because with it being on my head I can't take it off the thing it's actually on without unscrewing it, and then I would lose the angle because I'd have to manoeuvre it, and yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare trying to sort it out. But yeah, as you can see, Daniel is now turning around to come back, and then from here we then head off to the next place. So let's jump on over to the next place. I needed to leave this in, guys. This is too funny. It really is. So Daniel and Willow go off to another path, and we decided to take a different route. So of course I was behind Faith, making sure that she was okay. And Kieran kindly enough put my torch in his bag. So we head on up this side of the hill, and we thought, yeah, it's probably going to be alright. Faith was going to try and go up the steepest side, but then I told her to come over to the other side because it's not steep, but Kieran wanted to go up the steepest side. So it wasn't too bad here, but then it came to a point where Faith sort of started panicking a little bit. So of course I had to go up behind her and sort of pull her up, push her up, get her up to the top. And then that's where she started freaking out. She's like, "Mom, help, help, help me, help me." She's like proper freaking out, bless her. She's adventurous, but when it comes to stuff like this, she does get a little bit anxious, and she just starts freaking out, and of course she starts stimming then. But yeah, Kieran's just telling me then as well that he dug his hand into the dirt and he's got nice mud nail varnish on. But yeah, it's a bit of adventure, and if you can go out and adventure, live it to the fullest. Of course, Daniel and Willow got up well before us because they took a decent route. So yeah. Just be careful, guys, if you go out when it's raining and it's dead muddy and slippery, you'll probably end up falling on your bum. I thought I'll leave a little bit of a walking clip in for you. So, right guys, let's speed this up. So on the way to the next location, we came across the coal conveyor that transported the coal between the coal mill and the power plant that was on the other side of the canal. These guys walked ahead and I stood and took a few pictures. So on our way to the goods yard, there is actually another tunnel, and this tunnel right there in front here at the bottom of the screen, that is another old coal conveyor, but of course this one was underground. If you wish to see what it looked like inside the old coal conveyor tunnel, head on over to D.S Magnet Fishing's YouTube channel, and there should be a couple of clips on there of how it looked inside. Alright guys, so we're now coming up to the goods shed, and this part of the video I will leave you to enjoy the video. I'm going to chop this down quite a bit because I did take a lot of footage in here, and a lot of it is just repeated footage, and I will also insert a couple of pictures that I took as well. coming out of the goods shed, we then went for a walk underneath the coal conveyor, and underneath the coal conveyor you can see the old pathway or the old road that they would use. We then had a little walk around where the old coal mill used to be. So this is where they used to store the coal that would go along the coal conveyor to the power plant that was across the canal on the other side. And back in them days, they would also use the coal to power the trains, because of course they were steam trains back then. Okay, so this is where I shall leave you guys. We just went for a little walk in the like wooded up area. That was it after here, nothing really exciting. So I shall leave you guys here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave any comments down in the comment section. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Go show Kieran KiwiKlobber some love on his channel, and also Daniel from D.S Magnet Fishing some love as well. Thanks guys for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. It's going to be a good one. Thanks guys. Bye.